Chautauqua is made possible by the Maryland Humanities Council, Montgomery College, and the National Endowment for the Humanities.
Well, I can tell you, my last show was actually about a week ago in Panama City, Panama. I just got off the plane last night, and I was thinking that our 2 weeks in Panama had been the perfectly scheduled vacation to be away from what y'all have endured these last couple of weeks. Then I come here, and here we all are in a gym. So thank you for the bonding experience. Deeply appreciate that. Thank you for letting me sing for you tonight. Coffee's hot, though it's not yet dawn. The autumn geese call out their winter warning song. Seeds I've sown stand 6 feet tall, waiting in the morning sun. Fertilized with pain and prayer that this day would come. These rolling fields, rich with soybeans, wheat and corn, a treasure chest. Most every year since I was born. Cycles of the seasons and the rhythms of the dirt. If we can't make it work no more, I can't tell you how that hurt. So give me one more year before I have to face the facts that our golden days ain't never coming back. There'll still be food on your table. Will you know where it comes from when my farm on down the road is up and gone? Winter wind, each year gets harder on my bones. Can't blame my sons. Put roots down in nice suburban homes. That real estate agent each Christmas at my door. And each year I close it wondering if I can take much more. So give me one more year before I have to face the facts that our golden days ain't ever coming back. There'll still be food on your table. Will you know where it comes from when my farm on down the road is up and gone? Gambling man, he knows the odds before he rolls, but farmers' plans are acts of faith that take their toll. Begging with the bankers, pleading with the bureau man, or taking checks for fattening hogs, ain't living on the land. So give me one more year before I have to face the facts that our golden days, they ain't never coming back. There'll still be food on your table. Will you know where it comes from? When my farm on down the road is up and gone. When my farm on down the road is up and gone. When my farm's gone down the road. Thank you. Thank you so very much. As those of you who have seen me here at Chautauqua in years past know, when I come here, I come through the Ag Reserve of Montgomery County and across White's Ferry. So I get to see a part of this part of the state that people don't often get to appreciate. The War of 1812 is one of the few subjects in American history that I can't say that I've written a whole lot of songs about. But one thing that I can certainly speak to is the fact that over the course of the history of this great republic of ours, the hills of Appalachia have a particularly deep experience sending their young people off to fight and die to defend its freedoms. Whether it's to escape from a hard life in the hills, for a sense of adventure, or perhaps even a deep-seated sense of patriotism running like the coal beneath the hills. Whatever it is, young Appalachian people seem to have gone off in disproportionate numbers over the course of our history. It is for them and their families that this song was inspired, but this is for families all across this great land of ours for all these past 230-odd years who've lit a candle hoping that they return safe home. In the shadow of this dark mountain, where the sun but rarely shines, blessings fair, hard to come by, in the cold, black, damp Kentucky mines. There ain't nothing to hold our young ones, since its mountains' heart ran out of gold. There's no future here in this holler, so we wave when they leave down that road. But the same moon shines wherever you are. Now listen when the night wind starts to moan. I light a candle when darkness falls and pray till you're safe home. Mountain boys, they love their country, and they never shy from a fight. But it's so hard to let our daughters answer the call to glory's light. For every mother hopes her children will someday have more than she's known. In these hard hills, hope is precious, and a better life is a gambler's throw. But the same moon shines wherever you are. I'll listen when the night wind starts to moan. I light a candle when darkness falls and pray till you're safe home. My only daughter gave her body when duty called to desert sands. Now the bloodroot and dogwood blossom can't hide the work of war's evil hands. But the same moon shines wherever you are. I'll listen when the night wind starts to moan. I light a a candle when darkness falls. Pretend that you're safe home, but the same moon shines wherever you are. Now listen when the night wind starts to moan. Light a candle when darkness falls. Pretend that you're safe home. So, I am a Washington Nationals fan. I can finally confess that to you freely tonight without feeling any embarrassment. I know, it's 3 months out of baseball season, but I'm still excited about it. This doesn't happen for us very often, if you know what I'm saying. So a baseball song seems in order tonight. There's actually a handful of life lessons that my grandmother handed to me. Pearls of wisdom that perhaps I've learned to appreciate in my middle years. And maybe just a little baseball reference on the side because I can't resist. It's called Good Things Matter. Rush hour traffic going nowhere. The merge becomes a contact sport. Frustration boiling over. Tempers growing short. The suited man bucks the trend at the toll booth. Lets the grandmother in. He knows the people that we share the road with have loved ones waiting just like him. Good things matter long after they're done. Good things matter, each and every one. Good things matter, no matter how small. Good things matter to us all. Tear streak boy behind the playground fence, with teams picked, game in full swing. His braces hold him back from what his glasses show. He is not good at this thing, but the bigger boy who plays a game with natural skill and grace says, here's my bat, take my place. He knows the final score is more than runs across the plates by the pinch hitter's smiling face. Good things matter long after they're done. Good things matter, each and every one. Good things matter, no matter how small. Good things matter to us all. Linger for the old one's words. Let a child know she's been heard. Ask a wallflower to dance. Give mistakes a second chance. Smile at strangers on the street. Share the table where you eat. Leave the extra change behind. Fight fear, be colorblind. Kind words to chase the gray. When things are hard, find a way. It all comes back someday. Good things matter long after they're done. Good things matter, each and every one. Good things matter, no matter how small. Good things matter to us all. Ooh, good things matter. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. The sound a little bit more workable for you? Okay. I think the people who are sitting back, actually, I think those speakers are a little cleaner. For some reason, I think the low end is nice and warm up front, but not much articulation. But you know what? It's a gym. So really, I've been wanting to do this since I got here. Behind a three-point arc, he shoots, he scores! They take the lead with 3 seconds left. They never let me do that in school, so I had to just do it now once while I had a microphone in front of me in the gymnasium. That quirky sense of humor. Anyway, thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for supporting Chautauqua. Thank you for listening to my music, what you can hear of it. I really appreciate. To the folks who organize Chautauqua every year and invite me back, thank you. I really deeply appreciate it. I'm going to close by honoring the 100th birthday this year of Woody Guthrie with a song that Woody Guthrie recorded back in the 40s, I guess, and the Carter family did it, the Kingston Trio, and a whole lot of other folks. I always thought that every version I heard of this song was very ironic because it's so happy-go-lucky, and it's called Worried Man Blues. So on the new DVD and on my latest CD, I recorded a version of this that's a little bit more, well, worried sounding. Feel free to sing along if you'd like. And thank you so much for being here. I'm Andrew McKnight. It's been a real pleasure to sing for you. When across the river, I lay down to sleep. When across the river, I lay down to sleep. Suddenly felt shackles on my dreams. 21 links, chain around my heart. 21 links of chain around my heart, and on each link, an initial of my name. And it takes a worried man to sing a worried song. Takes a worried woman to sing a worried song. A worry now, and I don't know for how long. The lawman, tell me what I've done. And I asked the lawman, tell me what I've done. I don't look like you, but I have hurt no one. So I beg the judge for mercy on my soul. And I beg the judge for mercy on my soul, but I got no one. He sent me to the hole, and it takes a worried man to sing a worried song. Takes a worried woman to sing a worried song. A worried don't know for how long. Woo-hoo, woo-hoo. And I woke up in a stranger land. Now I believe that I must make a stand. And it takes a worried man to sing a worried song. Takes a worried woman to sing a worried song. Worry now. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me. Thank you so much for listening. Hope you all enjoy the rest of the show. Thanks so much.
It's a pleasure to be here. I've done Chautauqua a couple times before, and each time it challenges me because I learn a lot about the historical characters. And then I have to try to come up with songs that relate to their lives. And I don't always write songs about the War of 1812. However, Mary Pickersgill, working from her home in Baltimore, she designed and sewed flags for merchant ships, for the U.S. Navy, for the U.S. Army forts. And this is an old folk song about another seamstress. So I have a feeling that Mary probably also designed her own wedding dress. Hey, my little Donny girl, don't you guess? Better be making your wedding dress, wedding dress, wedding dress. Better be making your wedding dress. Well, it's already made, trimmed in green. It's the prettiest dress you've ever seen, ever seen, ever seen. Prettiest dress you've ever seen. Well, it's already made, trimmed in red, stitched and sewed with a golden thread, golden thread, a golden thread, stitched and sewed with a golden thread. Well, it's already made, trimmed in brown, stitched all around with a golden crown, golden crown, a golden crown, stitched all around with a golden crown. Well, it's already made, trimmed in white, gonna be married on Saturday night, Saturday night, Saturday night, gonna be married on Saturday night. Well, she wouldn't say yes, she wouldn't say no. All she'd do is sit and sew, sit and sew, sit and sew. All she'd do is sit and sew. Hey, my little Donny girl, don't you guess? Better be making your wedding dress, wedding dress, wedding dress. Better be making your wedding dress. Sit and sew, sit and sew. All she'd do is sit and sew. Wedding dress, wedding dress. Better be making your wedding dress. Sit and sew, sit and sew. All she'd do is sit and sew. Thank you so much. Okay, this next one was written in 1813. It's called Ye Parliament of England, and it's in the form of a letter to the English, warning them that we're tough. It describes our naval successes up to that point. So there's a lot of ships that come up in these verses here. And some of the American ships that are listed were built in Baltimore. The Hornet and the Enterprise, and another ship, the Wasp, was built at the Washington Navy Yard. So it's quite likely that they flew flags that were made by Mary Pickersgill. Ye Parliament of England, ye Lords and Commons too, consider well what you're about to do. For you're to war with Yankees, and I'm sure you'll rue the day you robbed the sons of liberty in North America. You first confined our commerce and said our ships shan't trade. You next impressed our seamen and used them as your slaves. You then insulted Rogers while sailing o'er the main. And had we not declared war, you'd have done it o'er again. You thought our frigates were but few and Yankees could not fight, until brave Hull your Guerriere took and banished it from your sight. The Wasp then took your frolic, will nothing say to that. The Pointieres be another line, of course she took her back. Then next your Macedonian, no finer ship could swim. Decatur took her gilt work off, and ready sent her in. The Java by a Yankee ship was sunk, you all must know. The Peacock fine in all her plume by Lawrencetown did go. Then you sent your Boxer to beat us all about. We had an enterprising brig that beat your Boxer out. She boxed her up to Portland and moored her off the town to show the sons of liberty the Boxer of renown. Then next to Lake Erie, where Perry had some fun, you own he beat your naval force and caused them for to run. This was to you a sore defeat, the like ne'er known before. Your British squadron beat complete, some took, some run ashore. There's Rogers in the President, will burn, sink, and destroy the Congress on the Brazil coast. Your shipping will annoy. The Essex on the South Seas will put out all your lights. The flag she waves at her masthead free trade and sailors' rights. Lament, ye sons of Britain, far distant is the day when you'll regain by British force what you've lost in America. Go tell your king in Parliament that all the world is known, that British force by sea and land by Yankees is overthrown. Use every endeavor and strive to make a peace, for Yankee ships are building fast, our navy to increase. We will protect our commerce, the laws by heaven were made, that Yankee ships in time of peace to any port may trade. Ye Parliament of England, ye Lords and Commons too, consider well what you're about to do. For you're to war with Yankees, and I'm sure you'll rue the day you roused the sons of liberty in North America. Okay, there were quite a number of ships listed in that one. This next one was also from the early 1800s about the war. And I'd mentioned that the Hornet was built in Baltimore and was most likely flying a flag that was made by Mary. So this describes the battle between the U.S. Hornet and the British ship, the Peacock. Ye demos attend and ye federals too, I'll sing you a song that you all know is true. Concerning the hornet, true stuff I'll be bare, that rumpled the peacock and lowered her tail. Sing hubber, oh bubber, cried old Granny Whale, the hornet can tickle the British bird's tail. Her stings are all sharp and they're pierced without fail. Success to our Navy, cried old Granny Whale. This bird, it was bred in the land of King George. Her feathers were fine and her tail very large. She spread forth her wings like a ship in full sail, and prided herself on the size of her tail. Sing hubber, oh bubber, cried old Granny Whale, the hornet can tickle the British bird's tail. Her stings are all sharp and they're pierced without fail. Success to our Navy, cried old Granny Whale. King Georgie then says to America, go! The hornet, the wasp, is the British king's foe. Pick them up, my dear bird, spread your wings to the gale, but beware of those insects, cried old Granny Whale. Sing hubber, oh bubber, cried old Granny Whale, the hornet can tickle the British bird's tail. Her stings are all sharp and they'll pierce without fail. Success to our Navy, cried old Granny Whale. So at it they went, it was both pick and sting, the hornet still working keen under her wing. American insects, quote she, I'll be bail, will humble the kingbird and tickle her tail. Sing hubber, oh bubber, cried old Granny Whale, the hornet can tickle the British bird's tail. Her stings are all sharp and they'll pierce without fail. Success to our Navy, cried old Granny Whale. The peacock, now mortally under her wing, did feel the full force of the hornet's sharp sting. She flattened her crest like the shoal on a whale, sunk down by her side and lowered her tail. Sing hubber, oh bubber, cried old Granny Whale, the hornet can tickle the British bird's tail. Her stings are all sharp and they'll pierce without fail. Success to our Navy, cried old Granny Whale. Success to brave Lawrence, who well knew the nest where the hornet and wasp with honors still rest. We'll send them with force and with skill, I'll be bail. We'll humble King George and tickle his tail. Sing hubber, oh bubber, cried old Granny Whale, the hornet can tickle the British bird's tail. Her stings are all sharp and they'll pierce without fail. Success to our Navy, cried old Granny Whale. Sing hubber, oh bubber, cried old Granny Whale, the hornet can tickle the British bird's tail. Her stings are all sharp and they'll pierce without fail. Success to our Navy, cried old Granny Whale. Shows we had a sense of humor back then, too. All righty. I'm going to do one more song. Thank you so much for listening. I really enjoy being here. I wish it was a little more air-conditioned, but then I think we all do. Now, of course, Mary Pickersgill is known most for sewing the flag that flew over Fort McHenry. And Francis Scott Key saw the flag while he was being held prisoner on a British ship and wrote a poem that became our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. So you can probably guess which song I'm going to do now. But I'd like for you to hear it not only as the majestic anthem that it became, but as this really happened. There was a woman who was able to hand sew this huge flag in 6 weeks with the help of her 13-year-old daughter, Carolyn, teenage nieces, Eliza Young and Margaret Young, and a 13-year-old African-American indentured servant, Grace Wisher. All four did their part to keep the independence for this country. All five did their part. All five ladies. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains, majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful for pilgrim feet whose stern impassioned stress a thoroughfare for freedom's beat across the wilderness. America, America, God mend thy every thought. Confirm thy soul in self-control, thy liberty in law. Oh, beautiful for patriot dream that sees beyond the years, thine alabaster cities gleam undimmed by human tears. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Thank you. Thank you very much. changing the lyric sheets is Roger Campbell. I'm John Hare. We've been playing for a long time, and we're really glad to be here tonight celebrating the life and contribution of Francis Scott Key, who on September 14th, 1814, gave the United States the lyrics for what most people say is the most unsingable national anthem in the world. And people have recommended changing it to something else like America the Beautiful. We're going to do a little bit of that tonight, but we're also going to do some songs that we wrote. And this one we thought fit because people always talk about Lady Liberty and Hail Columbia, and it's always a woman. We both have daughters. And if you're a guy with a daughter, you probably understand that daughter can be a verb, as in, I'm getting daughtered to death. And sometimes she drives you nuts, but you still love her. So this is called The Way She Feels About You.
Starts her day the same old way as someone you met long ago. When she dreams, it almost seems she's in a world that you don't know. When you think she's moving on and she'll get by without you, that's the time she picks to tell you the way that she feels about you. You don't know where she'll go. You wish that she'd check in. She bubbles, you smell trouble, but you'll always help again. And when you think she's moving on, and she'll get by without you, that's the time she picks to tell you the way that she feels about you. What's the name of her favorite song? And what's she done to her hair this time? Sometimes you lose sight of her, but the feeling's always there. She's out there, she'll still care. No one else can take your place. And she knows that no one can put the same smile on her face. And when you think she's moving on, and she'll get by without you, that's the time she picks to tell you the way that she feels about you. What's the name of her favorite song? And what's she done to her hair? Sometimes you lose sight of her, but the feeling's always there. She's out there, she'll still care. No one else can take your place. And she knows that no one puts the same smile on her face. And when you think she's moving on, and she'll get by without you, that's the time she picks to tell you the way that she feels about you. The way that she feels about you. The way that she feels about you.
Thank you. Thank you. Roger's daughter daughtered us into writing that song. This next one goes back. I'd like to say that Roger and I were very small children when it came out. Unfortunately, I would be Lying. It came out about 67. And a guitarist, a young guitarist at that time.
I was 2 in 67, I think. So,
Yeah, you were.
It's nice to see a crowd and they have people that are mostly our age for a change. You know?
So Stephen Stills wrote this song when he was with Buffalo Springfield, and he played it for a recording executive or a producer or somebody, and he told them, I've written a new song for what it's worth. And the song did not have a title at that point, but it very rapidly became For What It's Worth.
Something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there. He's telling me I've got to beware. But it's time you stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. What a field day for the heat. 1,000 people in the street, singing songs and carrying signs. Mostly say hooray for our side. It's time to stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Battle lines being drawn. Nobody's right if everybody's wrong. Young people speaking their minds. They're getting so much resistance from behind. It's time you stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Paranoia strikes deep. Into your life it will creep. It starts when you're always afraid. You step out of line, the man come and take you away. It's time you stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. You better stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going. You better stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
Thank you. Thank you. One of the things that we've been thinking a good bit about lately is just the durability of the United States and how, no matter how bad things look, it seems to keep going on. You know, in 1812, there is no way the United States should have been able to defeat Great Britain. But, hey,
we did.
Worked out for us. But to do that, the country has always had to be looking forward instead of looking backward. This is another one of our songs on our CD called Opening Doors.
Available.
It's called Don't Look Back. It actually grew out of a viewing of the movie The Notebook.
I was wondering what you're thinking. Are you looking back to an easier days? When you rose and I brought you flowers, one kiss from you and I smiled for days. Baby, don't look back, I'm still here. You could rest your head on my shoulder. Don't look back, I'm still here. Even if the nights are colder, I'm here. Every time you said I'm crazy and you wondered why I wanted to stay. I was too choked up to answer, but it's won't be love if I turned away. Baby, don't look back, I'm still here. You can rest your head on my shoulder. Don't look back, I'm still here. Even if the nights are colder, I'm here. Take it down. I know that it's sometimes hard to think of good times gone away. It's just as hard to remember the hard times. Get your mind off yesterday. Baby, don't look back, I'm still here. You can rest your head on my shoulder. Don't look back, I'm still here. Even if the nights are colder, I'm here. Baby, don't look back, I'm still here. You can rest your head on my shoulder. Don't look back, I'm still here. Even if the nights are colder, I'm here. Baby, I'm here. Baby, I'm here.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Last Wednesday, this past Wednesday, just like day before yesterday, Chautauqua started. It was also, it was the 100th birthday of the guy who wrote this song, Woody Guthrie. And this has also been proposed as a replacement for the national anthem. We thought for that reason we would do it tonight, and also to wish Woody kind of a happy birthday. And if you feel so moved, we would be happy to have you sing along with us, okay?
Please do. Everybody knows this song. This Land Is Your Land by Woody Guthrie. Your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water, this land was made for you and me. As I was walking a ribbon of highway, I saw above me an endless skyway. I saw below me a golden valley. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. I've roamed and rambled, I've followed my footsteps to the sparkling sands of her diamond desert. And all around me a voice was sounding. This land was made for you and me. Everybody! This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. The sun comes shining as I was strolling, the wheat fields waving, then the dust clouds rolling, the fog was lifting, a voice came chanting. This land was made for you and me. This This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the redwood forests to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. Take it, John.
As I was walking, I saw a sign there, and that sign said, no trespassing. But on the other side, didn't say nothing. This side was made for you and me.
This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. In the squares of the city, in the shadow of the steeple, near the relief office, I see my people, and some are grumbling, and some are wondering if this land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the redwood forests to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. One more time. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hope to see you again soon.